Portugal is back. After a 5-year absence from the WRC, rallying's top names have returned to the country that provided many memorable rallying moments through the 70s, 80s and 90s. Only a few of the current crop of drivers have previous experience of these stages. One of those is Mikko Hirvonen, who came second in the candidate event here in 2005. So, what is this rally like?
It's very, very difficult. And there's even more crests than we have in Finland. But here, when you go on a crest, there's nothing behind. You see only a blue sky. And then it's very difficult to see where the corner is going. So it's very, very technical. And it's, you know, very flowing but turning. So something happening in every kind of a meter.
The last new rally on the calendar was round 3 in Norway, which Hirvonen won. By contrast, Sebastian Loeb had a nightmare, not helped by poor pace notes on the new stages. So is he better prepared for Portugal?
I hope yes. In Norway I had a lot of corners that I ride too fast. So here I tried not to do it. So we'll see. The rookie have been okay. Taking the note, the first pass was not easy, but the second pass was good. So.
Marcus Grönholm has been around long enough to remember the old Rally Portugal, which has mixed memories for him, including podiums in 2000 and the mud bath that was 2001. And this big off when he drove for Toyota in 1997. He can also testify that these new stages provide a big challenge.
They are mixed of everything a little bit, mixed of Mexico, Sardinia, maybe sometimes Greece a little bit. The day one, it's quite rough and really hard, I think, for the tires and hard base. But generally, I think they look the same. It's a lot of crest up and down and quite technical stages.
So rough, tough, up and down, technical, fast and slow. There's something for everybody in Rally to Portugal 2007. And these are the championship standings going into the event. Grönholm comes to round 5 as championship leader, 4 points ahead of Loeb. Sebastian Loeb down in 7th will be looking to improve his position in the new Subaru Impreza, for which this is the second event. Ford are currently in charge in the manufacturer's standings, 15 points ahead of Citroën. Rally Portugal used to take place in the north of the country, but the new event is situated in the Algarve region in the south, with the rally based around the city of Faro. 18 stages are scheduled, the first of which was last night's Estadio Algarve Super Special. This stadium, built for the 2004 European Football Championship, is a spectacular setting for the opening stage and a unique design for a super special, passing out of and back into the arena. And there is a reminder of days gone by to get the crowd warmed up. Former champions Ari Vatanen, Marco Alén and Bjorn Waldegaard displaying some of the iconic rally cars from the sport's past, including the Audi Quattro, Peugeot 205 and Lancia Delta S4. But the enthusiastic crowd of 20,000 rally fans were here to see the WRC stars of today, and they certainly didn't disappoint. Loves nothing better than putting on a show, of course. He set a time of 2 minutes, 11.5 seconds. And not for the first time, Gigi has a surprise in store. He certainly knows how to get the crowd going. A neat trick. And that's a Portugal football shirt he's wearing. The crowd go wild. But don't expect any play acting from these two, though. It's Loeb and Gronholm, the championship's leading drivers, racing head-to-head for the finale of the evening. They're both attacking hard despite the tight confines of this twisty circuit. Every second counts, even at this early stage. But who's going to come out on top in the Algarve Stadium? It looks like Gronholm has the edge. Yes, a great start for the Finn. He's 3.3 seconds up already. So it's Ford's number one who's made the best start here in Portugal. Loeb's teammate Danny Sordo is second, 2.3 seconds behind. The world champion's third fastest, with Petter Solberg fourth. It's this morning, though, in the nearby hills that the first gravel stage is about to get underway. And here is championship leader Marcus Gronholm. He said in Mexico he was looking forward to getting back to the European gravel, and after losing out to Loeb in North America, he'll be eager to prove that the Focus can match the C4 on the loose stuff. And close behind is Citroen's number one. Terrific shot here from the wheel arch of the C4, and you can see just how hard and abrasive this surface is. It's going to be very tough on tyres and suspension, and some have even said the conditions here are some of the most challenging in the whole championship. Hirvonen, meanwhile, is already well into the stage. You can get a real sense of the changeable nature of the roads from this aerial shot. The undulating landscape makes for a real mixture of flat-out stretches and tighter, twisty areas. Throw in a few challenging crests and you get some idea of what these drivers face. Mikko, of course, is one of only 3 regular WRC drivers with experience of these roads, taking part in the event in 2005, so he already had notes for some of these stages, which could be a real benefit. Back on the start line, and Petter Solberg is waiting his turn. Away he goes, and a second chance to take a look at this new Impreza. It showed terrific promise on the opening day in Mexico until Petter's unfortunate retirement. Teammate Atkinson showed impressive pace too, so the Subaru team have reason to be optimistic. Back with Gronholm now. The Finn took a while getting up to speed in Mexico, but he's certainly giving it all from the outset here. The harder base means there's little loose gravel on the surface, so running first on the road is less of a disadvantage here. The championship leader in aggressive mood then this morning. Here comes his time for stage 2. 14 minutes and 9.5 seconds. That's an impressive start by Marcus. But at the end of the stage, it looks like he's been in the wars. And Marcus is straight out of the car. He's clearly not happy about something. Concerned with his front left wheel, and for good reason. Look at the damage to that tyre. He's been saved by the anti-deflation mousse that activates in the event of a puncture. But Marcus is clearly worried. There's no time to speak to our reporter, so perhaps more damage that we aren't aware of. Well, he's about to make his way onto the next stage. But despite Gronholm's concerns, it was still a good time. And he was faster than Sebastian Loeb through the early splits. And the Frenchman's C4 actually ends up over 3 seconds slower on this stage. So Gronholm remains the man to beat for now. Ford teammate Hirvonen is attacking the final kilometre of stage 2. His experience here will be helpful, but this is the first time he's attempted these stages in a World Rally car, having used a production spec machine in 2005. There's Gronholm's time, and Mikko could challenge his teammate here. Yes, a fantastic time from the young Finn. 2 seconds up on Marcus, and now just 2.9 behind overall.
Mikko, you've got previous experience of these stages, you've got notes, you're 2 seconds quicker than Marcus, it's obviously helped a little bit.
Yeah, but it's, I remember the road, but I don't know how fast I can go with World Rally car, so it doesn't help so much. But, you know, the stages are really enjoyable anyway, so it's a good start.
Mikko happy with his performance so far then. Back with Petter Solberg now though, and the Norwegian is pushing the Impreza as much as he dares. With no experience of these roads, it's a balance between attack and caution this morning. We can expect a significant improvement in the times over the second pass this afternoon though. It's not been a bad start for Petter. He's third fastest so far, just 4.1 seconds behind Hirvonen's time. Danny Sordo competed here in 2005 and drove the Zero car here last year, so he's another with knowledge of these stages. That, mixed with the confidence he's gained from his 4th place finish in Mexico, sees him to 5th fastest on stage 2.
Izquierda 8, 10, derecha 7, situar para izquierda 5 rápidas 10, la 5 rápidas 10.
Gronholm still the leader then after the first gravel stage of the event. 4th teammate Mikko Hirvonen close to 2.9 seconds behind, with Petter Solberg now 3rd and Loeb 4th. Sordo ensures both C4s are in the top 5, while Daniel Carlsen in the OMV Citroën Zara is 6th. So it's the Fords to the 4 so far in Portugal. The Leg 1 stages continue after the break. Welcome back to the all-new Rally to Portugal, and there are still 2 more stages to run this morning before the midday service break. Currently leading the way is Marcus Gronholm. He was looking rather flustered when we last saw him at the end of stage 2, and for good reason. He damaged the shock absorber after a heavy landing, and his focus won't be handling too well. It's not affecting him too much at the moment though. He sets the fastest time on stage 3. Another man on the move through this 24-kilometre test is Petter Solberg. Subaru's number 1 is just 4.5 seconds slower than Marcus through here and jumps up to 2nd, demoting Ford's Mikko Hirvonen to 3rd. Manfred Stoll has claimed 6th after nipping ahead of his OMV Kronos Citroën teammate Daniel Carlsen in stage 4. It's all very tight lower down the leaderboard. Less than 30 seconds separate 6th and 11th positions, with Stoll now leading this pack. Carlsen has taken on this event twice before, winning here in 2005, so he knows these roads well. He's taken a while to adapt to using English pace notes for the first time this season with new co-driver Denis Giraudet, but will be confident of another good finish in Portugal. Subaru's Chris Atkinson has struggled a little for pace this morning. With no mechanical problems, it's a mystery to the Australian why this could be. Things are improving though. He's up to 8th after stage 4, just 6.7 seconds behind Carlsen.
It's 7 left, break 34 left.
Jari-Matti Latvala stalled on the first stage of the day, costing the Finn nearly 50 seconds, but he's making a spirited fight back. He's 5th fastest on stage 3 and 3rd quickest on 4. He's up to 9th. But let's get back to what's happening at the top of the leaderboard on stage 4. Gronholm's damaged shock absorber is beginning to affect his performance. The car clearly not offering a smooth ride here. He's not been able to attack as hard, and this could provide an opportunity to the chasing trio.
Tosi hidas, pahat kivet sisällä. 8. Ja oikein pirun pitkä nopea kirraa, tuosta oikein pirun pitkä nopea kirraa.
Sebastian Loeb is the first to test himself against Marcus's time. The Frenchman Frenchman began stage 4, 12.8 seconds behind the early leader, so a big ask to make it all up in one hit. But with Gronholm struggling a little, he has a chance. He's definitely going to be a lot faster. Not quite quick enough to take the lead, though. He's still behind, but the Finn's advantage is slashed to 2.6 seconds. Here's Mikko Hirvonen now. He's faster than his teammate too, but he can't match the time set by Loeb and falls behind the world champion. You can see from above again just how technical these stages are. Constant cornering and unsighted crests. Mikko enjoys challenges like this though, so he'll hope to fight back this afternoon. It's all very tight then between the front runners, and Petter Solberg is still very much in the fight. He began the stage in second, 9.9 seconds behind the leader, so has a real chance of moving ahead. But he's already passed that target time, needed to move up to first, and is still well short of the finish line.
6 left minus.
He does beat Marcus, but is over 9 seconds slower than Loeb, and like Hirvonen, he drops behind the Frenchman.
Very much so.
Solberg has also fallen behind Hirvonen after stage 4, but it's all still very tight. Just 8.8 seconds separate first from fourth. Tony Gardemeister, meanwhile, has been excluded for driving on the road section on 3 wheels after damaging his Mitsubishi in stage 3. Back to the service park alongside the Algarve Stadium next, and a chance to reflect on an eventful morning for the early leader.
Marcus, what happened in stage 2?
No, first I had a big jump and landing a little bit badly, and I think we destroyed the shock absorber already there, and then in the end of the stage I took really badly a stone as well, so then we had a little bit problems all the time.
Petter, you seem to be enjoying yourself this morning.
Yeah, he's been going really well. I'm really happy so far, and we were laying second into the last stage, but I tried some different things with the car that didn't work so well on the last stage. We lost too much traction, but at least, you know, I have to try many things now to at least find out where to go with the chassis, and since I lost so much testing in Mexico, so but it's looking good, looking really good.
So with his broken shock absorber repaired and the Focus back to full working order this afternoon, Gronholm can set about holding off the attentions of Sebastian Loeb. The hard base means the surface should be in much the same condition as this morning, but once again it will be all about conserving those tyres for this 60-kilometre loop on this warm afternoon. Another concern too for Gronholm is that Loeb is traditionally a lot quicker on the second pass through stages, and on these roads that are new to nearly everyone, the quickest learners could make up a lot of time. There's the target needed to pass the Finn and claim the lead, and with the finish line fast approaching, Sebastian won't beat Marcus here. Yes, he's now 6 seconds behind overall, so the first battle of the afternoon goes to the Finn. And what of Mikko Hirvonen? The Finn starts this test just 2.3 seconds behind Loeb and 4.9 behind his teammate. He's already proven he can beat these two champions on his day in Norway, but he's unable to match Gronholm on stage 5 and sets an identical time to Loeb. And joining Petter Solberg now, the Norwegian will be hoping to continue his fine run in the new Impreza. The changes to the new car have mainly centered around weight distribution to improve traction, along with new dampers. And in Mexico, both drivers were very impressed with the improved handling. It looks very stable again on the packed gravel of Portugal. Petter's second fastest on this stage, just half a second behind Gronholm. Solberg's strong run isn't quite enough to see him gain any places, though. He remains fourth, but is just a second behind Hirvonen and 3.3 behind Loeb. Further back, Latvala continued his strong run and is now up to 7th. 4 drivers vying for top spot. Who will be there at the end of the day? Join us after the break to find out. Welcome back to an enthralling opening day on the return of the rally to Portugal. Before we see the last stages, here's some action from the FIA Junior Championship. Martin Prokop in the Citroën C2 on stage 5. A nasty roll. The Czech driver was treated in hospital for some minor injuries, but his Citroën has certainly seen better days. On to the final pair of stages then, and Marcus Gronholm may have led from the start, but his position has been anything but dominant. The Finn brings a 6-second advantage into stage 6. Ahead of this man, Sebastian Loeb. The Frenchman lost out to Gronholm on the previous test, but his reputation for increasing his speed on repeated runs may start to come into play on these final 2 stages. So the fight between the leading pair continues to rage. Can Petter Solberg and this man, Mikko Hirvonen, stay in touch? For now, at least, it appears not. Mikko's nearly 10 seconds slower than the time set by Loeb on stage 6, and he's beginning to slip further behind the Frenchman. It's the same story too for Petter Solberg. The Norwegian's attacking hard, hoping to continue the momentum he started on the previous test. Oh, but this spin could ruin all his efforts. He really was giving it everything there and just lost control of the Impreza in that right-hander. He's not lost too much momentum, but it will certainly cost him a chance of a top time. He's over 13 seconds slower than Loeb and remains in 4th for now. Danny Sordo, meanwhile, is unlikely to trouble Solberg despite that spin. He's over half a minute behind the Norwegian after stage 6. Sordo, though, may need to keep one eye behind him tomorrow, as Jari-Matti Latvala has been flying this afternoon. He set the 3rd fastest time on stage 6 to pass Manfred Stoll for 6th. So Stoll's lost out to the flying Finn, but the Austrian still has to hold off the attentions of Chris Atkinson, who begins the final stage just 9 seconds behind. The Australian's been happier with his setup since the midday service, but another tweak before this stage has been less helpful. He's slower than Stoll again and remains 8th. Daniel Carlson has had a disappointing afternoon. As with Hirvonen, the Swede has found his previous experience here of little use. Now he's in a World Rally car. He's still 9th. Back at the sharp end of the top 8, though, and Gronholm is beginning to feel the pressure from Sebastian Loeb. He's 4.5 seconds slower than Loeb on stage 6, and the gap between them is now just 1.5 seconds. The Finn's suffering from extreme tyre wear, and on the final test, he's really struggling for grip. That time is a lot faster than the first run through, as expected, but after the stage, it's clear to see why he was losing so much time. His tyres are almost completely bald. So, a real chance for Sebastian Loeb to make a last-ditch effort at claiming the rally lead. In contrast to Gronholm, the Frenchman's done a great job of conserving his tyres as he bears down on the finish line of stage 7. He has a real chance of beating that target time and taking the rally lead. Yes, he's done it. Loeb is the new leader. He's now 3.1 seconds ahead. Behind the top 2, Mikko Hirvonen is still 3rd, but ends the day over 20 seconds behind Gronholm. Petter Solberg is 7.5 seconds further back. Sordo's still 5th. But at the top, Gronholm's left to reflect on how Loeb has got the better of him.
On the first loop, he's not going so fast normally, but on the second one, yes. When he's learning a little bit, then he's attacking more and more. But okay, we are not far away from him, so we have to try.
After today, is he beatable?
I think so. It's only 3 seconds now, so everything is possible.
We just try to adjust the setup from the car. From this morning, I was not completely confident. We touched a bit the differential, the suspension, and now the feeling is better. So that's all. We had to take big risks because Marcus is very fast, and if we want to be in front, we have to push at the maximum, and it's what we have done. No mistakes. So now we are leading, but it's really close. So nothing is done. I think the race will continue 2 days more.
You can find reaction to today's events in Portugal at WRC.com, and make sure you join us tomorrow for the continuation of the Loeb Gronholm battle. For now, though, it's goodbye.